Testing. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. We had some problems a little while ago. I think we got it settled out. Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders ATR, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. Welcome wherever you are on the planet. Good afternoon, morning, or evening. Wait a minute. We got a comment saying, I had already heard people typing angrily in the comments. I know, right? Hopefully we got everything set here. This computer is working overtime. I don't know what the heck is going on. It's like I'm frozen now. So maybe you guys are not hearing this, or maybe you are, because it looks like it's getting ready to crash. This is crazy. It might be getting ready to crash. And if it is, that's going to be interesting. But I think we're good. How you guys doing? So anyway, let's get into today's topic now that my computer is unfrozen. There's going to be a lot of stuff. People, when you see this on a replay or if you're seeing this live, there are a lot of people that love to hate on you. They hate. Like you see the title, it says, when they hate to see you succeed. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. So get your ice bags ready. You got Sharika Jackson on the screen. Get your ice bags ready. It's going to be a lot of this. At least this is how I was looking at it. And it's going to be a lot of elephants in the room talked about today. It's a lot of elephants in the room. We're going to cover one with Elaine Thompson-Herah. We got Sydney McLaughlin. We got a whole host of athletes. So smash that like button. Share with other people. I'm trying to let people roll in for the first 2 minutes or so. But let me just get started. It really doesn't matter. Some people will catch it on the replay. And if they don't hear the beginning, I guess, oh well. But some people, they'll love to hate you. Maybe some people love to hate Shakira. You're getting views off of Richardson. Like I was talking about the other ones. And the funny thing is, I think I got 700 people to subscribe to this channel probably because of their anti-Richardson thing, because it's kind of showing on my other videos. I'm actually getting I'm getting lower views. I don't really care for all of the Shakira Richardson haters. I really don't like that. I'm getting lower views on the normal video, so it's hurting my channel. I would rather block and delete some of you guys off of this channel than to have that here. That's not what this channel was about, and I don't like attracting that type of mentality or the attitude. Yeah, sure, she brings up some stuff, but if I want to talk about something separate, it really hurts, and the suggested videos don't go out. So for you guys that are interested in more than just watching the Shakira Richardson hate, we already got one person saying Richardson's going to lose on Friday. Then look at the other videos. But I'm probably going to focus more on the Americans. I'm just going to be honest. Try to focus more on the American crowd, even if it gives me less views, because I need to reach out for more people. So that's the thing. But anyway, the title. I think I've given everybody about 3 minutes or so to get in. The title. When they hate to see you succeed. What does that mean? All right, here we go. Let's start with an easier one. You got Usain Bolt right here, right? You got Usain Bolt. You know, some people were trash talking, saying, especially when he was first coming up, and they didn't know about Jamaica, right? Because you know the USA and maybe some Europeans may not look at Jamaica. It's fair, because sometimes you may not know a U.S. athlete that's coming up in a high school level, right? You may not know, even if they're one of the fastest in the world, you just may not know them because it's not your own country. Now, USA puts more media out there, so you might know that. And so you say, well, I do know this because of this. But the same media isn't done both ways. It's not done both ways. Jamaica's a smaller nation. It's just like Kenya. Do you know all the athletes come out of Kenya? No. Even some of the fastest athletes. Like some of you guys didn't even know about Ferdinand coming out of Kenya running Ferdinand coming out of Kenya running near sub 10 seconds. Like right there the entire time. Some people were so angry. They were like, why didn't he show up at the Olympics? I'm like, he did. the man qualified for the Olympics. He just happened to have a PR afterward. So I was following Kenya. I have a special following for Kenya, Ethiopia, and some other nations, but I can't catch everybody. It's just fair. So Usain Bolt, they were like, yeah, he's running on a 96 meter track. That's why he's running so fast. Like, that's why he's running so fast. And then he came to the USA, set a world record in the USA. They were like, oh, that's legitimate. Oops, I guess we spoke too soon. We know Asafa Powell's fast, but he loses at the championship, so we don't really got to worry about him. We might lose to him at a regular meet, but we don't got to worry about him. And then Usain Bolt did Beijing. And then it was still trash talk about Usain Bolt that entire time. Okay, that's the easy one. They don't like to see Usain Bolt. You know how many people were waiting for Usain Bolt to get busted on something? Y'all know how many comments were coming out? I see comments now on my YouTube video. Like when I made that video about Usain Bolt, which I actually was surprised that it got lower views. But hey, most of the people here are here to watch the ladies, not the guys. So I understand. Other YouTube channels, they actually do a little bit better with guys. Mine typically does better when I mention athletes, whether Jamaican or otherwise. But fair enough. But there were some people on the Usain Bolt video, go back to that one, and they were saying, what did Usain Bolt do? He did nothing for us. And I'm like, okay. Now, this person came off like they were some kind of American, but they weren't. They were somebody from the Caribbean. But they were trash talking. Then I started to find out, because I even looked at the name. I was like, well, maybe they were born in the U.S. or something like that. But their name dictated that they weren't, like, it wasn't an American sounding name. And so they were like, oh, Usain Bolt didn't do anything for us. They called him all types of names. They say he was probably doping. And I'm like, okay. And then I found out that this person started talking about Americans, because at first it was only Jamaicans. It was only the Jamaican men. Then it started talking. Then this individual, she, I think, or it, or him. I don't know. I don't know what you are, person. And then there were other people to co-sign. But this person was liking their own comment. And then they came up saying, oh, he's probably doping. That's why he ran so fast. And I'm like, okay. And then they started coming at Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce a little bit. Not really. At first, they didn't say anything. They just don't say anything until they, anything like that. They said women running track and field right now. Oh, yeah. I would say yes and no. When it comes to views and clicks and everything, only I would say Richardson is getting more. But if you look at the events and what is being watched, there are more eyeballs on the men's events. That's just how it is. Now, we can be in the track and field world and feel like that. But at the end of the day, if you take out Richardson, which has the most followers and everything, when it comes to who's watching the races and everything, the men's races are just watched more than the women's are. With the exception, I think, of the 100 at the Olympics. Aside from that, if you put them all together, the men's events are being watched more. The reason being, and I explained this before, this is the hard pill to swallow for some people. Men watch men compete. It's an athletic thing. Men and women are just different. And people keep trying to say we're equal and all of this other stuff. We got equal opportunity, but we are not equal beings. Men are just stronger in general. We're faster, we're stronger. Track and field exposes that. We got quicker reaction times. That's just as it is, right? Women have their strengths. Men have their strengths. Now, when it comes down to it, men watch men and men watch women. But women do not watch women as much. They just don't like watching women. And women are catty with each other anyway. They will spite another woman, but they'll take up for a woman, even though they know she's lying, because they always picture themselves in the other woman's shoes. But a man doesn't picture himself in another man's shoes. So we don't really take up for other men like that. It's so weird. But when it comes down to sports and numbers, even at the remember the track and field people themselves, they loaded up and they were watching the 100 men's final. Did y'all see the stands? These were all athletes, because remember, spectators weren't allowed. They were all loaded up in the stands. For the women's 100, oh no, it was people there, but it wasn't like that. For the men's 100, it was loaded. Like all you could see the people out there. And I'm just like, maybe because it's competitive with more than one nation, maybe that was it. But I mean, it kind of is what it is. If you take yourself out from track and field circles, then it is. So let me move on for a second. Here's one that's probably a hard pill to swallow for you guys, because I know you guys may disagree with this one, but here's another person that they love to hate. They said, oh, wait a minute. Darn it, I can't find. Here it is. Here it is. Justin Gatlin. Uh-oh. I already know I got some dislikes from this one. Now I got some people that just joined, so they ain't gonna even see the context of what I just said before. But it's okay. It's a-okay. Justin Gatlin. The man served his time. I wish I downloaded the picture so I could show you here, but he bowed to Usain Bolt. What utter humility is that when he beat Usain Bolt? I compare this to the Great Britain team when Usain Bolt pulled up, or quote unquote pulled up. I don't know. Some people say maybe he didn't, but whichever one you want to subscribe to, I just take it as it is. He lost, right? Okay, on the 4x1. Now the Great British team didn't come back to even look at him. It was like he wasn't there. They were celebrating. They were like, yeah, pounding the chest and everything. They were pounding the chest. They didn't even go back to Usain Bolt. They saw him on the track. You had some Americans that came up to him. That's just how respect it was. Go back to the video. You can see the video online right now for the World Championships, London, 2017. But you did not see the British team. Not one person went up to him to console him or anything. It was just like, hey, this is the lion. We the new lions on the we about to take out the old lion. But Gatlin was like, you know what? I'm gonna bow down to Usain Bolt. I'm gonna bow down to Usain Bolt. And so he was clean. He served his time. As far as we know, he's clean, right? Like all of the athletes, as far as they know, until they test positive, they're clean. He served his time. Get over it. Stop sucking your bottle. Get over it. Y'all love to hate this man. Y'all take him out of context. What do you got to do? Wear a Jamaican flag over him and then come down there playing reggae or something like that? Do you got to have him do party music or something like that? Do you got to have him down there wearing Puma? Instead, switch over to Puma, become a Jamaican citizen, and then you'll be like, we don't want him. It don't matter what he does. When you have an emotional attachment, and the reason why I'm bringing up Justin Gatlin here is because this is the easy one to point out. The other one is more uncomfortable. I'm about to get to that one. Some of y'all going to be squirming in your seats. You might turn off the video after this one. Now, this is Justin Gatlin. He was an Olympic champion before he was suspended on drugs. Remember, he won Athens. He won Athens. The man has been here for a long time, 39 years old. The man been here for a long time, okay? You say Allison Felix? He's been there for a long time. Now, this next one, get your booty cheeks ready. Get your booty cheeks ready because here you go. Here you go. Here's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Here's the salty look real quick. Let's get you ready. Let's warm you up. Okay. Elaine Thompson-Herah. There's a lot of you guys out there that don't like Elaine Thompson-Herah. Just get over it with the drug-enhanced stuff. Get over it. It's done. They said it's within the rules. You are not the scientist here. Can you point me to a paper that says the body permanently has drug-enhanced abilities? If you can, then I'll shut up. Remember, on this channel, we talk about facts. We don't do feelings here. We talk about facts. I throw in jokes here and there, but if you can point me to a paper, a study, because I go by study. That's why I'm vegan. I go by studies and numbers and facts. That's why I trade too. I don't go by my feelings. So I don't care if y'all hate Gatlin and Sha'carri and love Allison Felix. They don't make up for Gatlin. Served his time. The man was humble. Okay, he did his fair share of trash talking as guys typically do, and him being as fast as he did, but he really served his time. Guess what? He tried out for an NFL combine for an NFL team. They didn't care. That should just tell you some stuff there. Rugby don't even be testing people. You know how many rugby players could be, at least at some level, they don't even test players. They could be using enhancements all over the place. So that's crazy. And then the British crowd booed Justin Gatlin. Let me put him back on the screen real quick before I get into this one, because y'all going to be going ham on this one. The British crowd booed him. Did you know that before that, they weren't even really focused on Justin Gatlin? Do you know that London 2012, they didn't really push up the narrative like that as much? They didn't push it for the other world championships in Beijing. They didn't push it for anything in between that. But when it led up to London, because they knew that was Usain Bolt's last championship, they needed a villain character. That they even went so far as, this is for the integrity of track and field. What's his name? The announcer, Steve Hutchins. He came up there, was like, this is for the integrity of track and field. It will be destroyed. As if Marion Jones didn't exist. As if Lance Armstrong didn't have a huge scandal plus hundreds of other bikers underneath him in that top 100. If they don't tell you anything, and they couldn't even get a positive test on them. This shows you, and this is the same WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency. Most people that's caught, they're caught because of an accident. Balco, wasn't that a briefcase that dropped on the track? Wasn't that a briefcase that dropped on the track? It's like needles popping all over the place or whatever. Like, wasn't the Russian thing a whole person that snitched? But they call them whistleblowers. That's a professional name. But we gonna say it the other way. The snitch, right? And you know, it's good to be able to hold people to account. That's not even talking about the person. The dude was like, yo, I'm getting tired of helping them cheat for so long. Man, they ain't paying me high enough to keep lying. So I'm a snitch. That's what he did. I don't know why he did it, but he just felt uncomfortable after a while. But the Russians, the whole operation got caught because of that. You know how bad your testing gotta be for you not to catch them? Wait a minute. That tells you something else. How many people are doping right now that don't, or something like that? I'm assuming they're clean, or I'm assuming virtually everybody using something. That's the safest mindset that I can have. I don't really care. I don't care. If they go through and he said he's clean and he's going through his stuff, he ain't tested positive or anybody else, then fine. Fine. Get over it. Right? Get over it. But anyway, look, Sophia, I'm not here to just complain about Richardson. All right, we got other topics. The track and field don't revolve around that woman. Okay, I almost said something else by accident. It don't revolve around there. Okay. He said you don't have your facts straight regarding the Balco bust. That's why I asked y'all a question. Was it like some briefcase falling? It don't really matter at this case, on this matter. One thing I do know for fact is that most athletes don't get caught because of positive tests, at least the first time around. They get caught because somebody told on them or some sort of other accident or fluke. That's one thing. I did the research before I said this statement. I know that for sure. I looked at all the people from gymnastics to swimming, NBA, NFL, all the major sports at least. I can say the big major sports. Most of these athletes don't get busted because of a positive test. They get busted for some other reason. So that was crazy. That was crazy. Now, they only talked about Gatlin because he was starting to be able to challenge Bolt. But as soon as he wasn't, see, that's when the haters and the roaches come out on you. There was no narrative against Gatlin before that because he wasn't really in the radar for Bolt. But as soon as he got close enough to be in the radar, that's when it is. And y'all ate it up. When the media push out stuff, they tell you to get the poke. They like, yeah, put a napkin on your face. Believe it. It's the worst thing. Don't stop eating McDonald's. Don't start exercising. Don't do other healthy things. Don't use condoms to stop STDs and stuff from spreading. Yeah, you know what? The worst thing that's here that has a recovery rate of dang near of extremely high recovery rate. Let's put this stuff on you. They'll tell you all types of stuff to keep manipulating us. And then we keep falling for it. Hook, line, and sinker every single time. Let me move on to the next one. Now, let me move on to the next one because people going to just be in their feelings about it. Okay, Elaine Thompson-Herah. Right. Oh, yeah. Let me say this final comment. Marion Jones never tested positive. That is correct. Marion Jones never tested positive. I'm saying hook, line, and sinker. These people don't be tested freaking positive. And then it's just like, that's so crazy. She didn't test positive. But the reason why she went to jail is because she lied to the FBI investigation. Because she could have lied or whatever and whatever. But she went to jail. Just imagine other people that get caught and busted, they don't go to prison. She went to prison because there was an FBI investigation. and then she got caught up in it, and then she confessed, and that's when she went to prison. Okay, she got locked up because of that. So remember, she didn't test positive. In Sudata Roy is correct. So let me go to Elaine Thompson-Herah. Here's another person that people love to hate. You know why? Okay, let me compare Elaine Thompson-Herah to no, let me not do that first. Here, remember Elaine Thompson-Herah won at the Olympics? I saw people more so celebrating her. Okay, I'll put it this way. There's one person in here right now, I know for a fact, at least he commented earlier. I'm not sure, he might be at practice right now. But I know he commented, he stopped by. Now, there are other people that said this similar thing, so I'm not pointing out to him. And that's why I'm not mentioning his name, unless he reveals himself. There were people that hate on, they're Jamaican too. Or at least Jamaican parents. They may be born in the US, the UK, or whatever. But as you all say, Jamaican, right? So, did you know that people were saying that Elaine Thompson-Herah was doping because she beat Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? They were hating on Elaine Thompson-Herah. These are Jamaicans themselves. Hating on Elaine Thompson-Herah that bad that they said she's doping. And I even said to some of these individuals, at least 5 of them, might have been more, that I said, why are you hating on her that bad? Like, don't you know the 4x1 Shelly-Ann could get stripped from that if they win gold too? And if they get a world record or something like that, that was before the 4x1. It was, matter of fact, it was before the 200. And then I'm just like, you know that's going to ruin them. And they were like, no. And then they said, we're going to support Richardson, at least 2 of them. And I'm just like, what? They was like, at least Richardson's clean. And then I'm just like, what? Guess what? When Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won in Paris, it was like a whole party when it erupted. People don't like Elaine Thompson-Herah. Now, they're forced to respect her. I don't care if somebody likes me or not. You're going to respect me, though. That's the thing. When you're around me, somebody that ain't respecting me, you ain't in my life. I don't care if you like me, you hate me, you love me. Because somebody that respects you, and let's say somebody loves you and they don't respect you, the woman, she going to go down on that other man and gobble up his salami. And then she going to come back to you and kiss you in the mouth. Didn't clean her mouth out at all. She don't respect you. She loves you, but she don't respect you. That's the thing. Like, people barely like Elaine Thompson-Herah. Now, somebody literally said, a few people literally said in the comment section, they were like, yo, there's something about Elaine Thompson. Like, these are some Jamaicans. I recall one female, one of my female subscribers. She said, yeah, I don't know. It's something about Elaine Thompson-Herah. It's just a little awful about her. And then I said, maybe, do you think it's the tattoos? I asked her. That's not me saying it. Because there are studies like, hey, people with tattoos. Like, I look back at 2015, I think she had half the amount of tattoos that she has now. And so, like, people just don't like her. Another thing is, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, maybe she got more of a pleasing smile. Because I can say, at least for me personally, when Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce be smiling, I'll just be like, lighten up. Like, whether I like her or not, I just be lighting up. Like, I just be lighting up. I'm just like, okay. Elaine Thompson-Herah, she smiles, she's there. That's all. It's just like she's there. I don't dislike Elaine Thompson-Herah. Like I said, I'm not a fan of anybody except for the people that I know, but I'm not even fans of them. I'm just like, yo, I like them because I met them. Or some of them I know a little bit more personal with their families and them too. But I'm not a fan. So just keep that in mind. I'm talking about an elephant in the room. There are people that hate on Elaine Thompson-Herah. They really wish that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce was in that spot right now. Now, me personally, I'm going to say this. I would have liked to see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce win at the Olympics for the simple fact, me personally, now I'm getting into personal, taking out the facts thing here. Me personally, I would have liked to see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce had won it so they could solidify her as, greatest of all time. But remember, we got to go all the way back to Oh, somebody already, I see the comment now. They said they did the same thing to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce when she beat Veronica Campbell-Brown. Not doping, but wanted her replaced. They just get invested into their athletes and don't like passing the torch. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You beat me to it. People, maybe part of it is also You so attached to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. You seen her come out. She's won. She's done it with a smile. She's blazed the field over and over and over. She's been consistent. Elaine Thompson-Herah may not have been consistent, right? Dang, where's my good picture of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce? I don't have that loaded up on this one. Give me a second. I don't want to keep loading up the one where her face look at all like the salty look. But look, the crazy thing is, it's just like, look, it's just some people, they are there emotionally attached. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And sometimes that's why I said with Justin Gatlin, it's the same thing. People are stuck on him doping. That's why I brought him in first, then brought it to Elaine Thompson-Herah. I wanted to connect it there because people are so stuck on him doping. He served his time that they hating on him. Even when he says something positive, I played the audio. He says something positive about the Jamaicans. It don't matter. They already have a prejudgment of him. It's the same thing with Elaine Thompson-Herah and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce could probably do some of what Richardson is doing, and even more so. Now, she earned it already. But what Richardson is doing, and then she could go super overboard. Here we go. Here's a better picture. She could go super overboard. Like, she could probably curse people out, call them nigglets and all types of stuff, and then she will be forgiven. Why? Because she got the legacy or whatever, and it's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Like, people, they'll be like, oh, why she's able to do it? And they'll be like, it's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. Like, what's that supposed to mean? To people that don't know the history, it's Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. That's all you need to say. But when it comes to Elaine Thompson-Herah, I don't think she would be forgiven if she went and did overboard. Now, if she did some of what Richardson is doing now, she's done something no other woman has ever done before. No other woman has ever done this before. She's done a double-double. Matter of fact, she's done a double-treble because she's done 100, 200. Then she did 100, 200, 4x1. She got a treble on the second time around. But she still isn't getting that fanfare. I'm telling you, I can tell the difference in the comment section. I went to the NBC videos. I watched Tokyo. I'm reading the comments because I'm doing my research. And then when I start seeing one after the other, then Paris, you would look at the amount of views that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce got for her win in Paris compared to Elaine Thompson-Herah winning at the Olympics. The Olympics is going to get a little bit more, but look at the 24-hour views, the 2-day views later, and compare it to that. And you're going to see, wow, had Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won the Olympics, it would have been a nail in the coffin right there. And then nobody would have been hating on Elaine Thompson-Herah if she won the 200 because they're like, oh, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce's weaker event is the 200. Like, Elaine Thompson-Herah could have had that. Everybody was focused on the other thing. Let me see. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce was trying so hard to be the female Usain Bolt, and Elaine just came and stopped her dead in her tracks. Yeah. Elaine has an Achilles heel injury. Okay. The Francois said, I guess people see Shelly as the GOAT and more charismatic, and Elaine is the one ending her era. It's bittersweet for some, I guess. Yeah. Okay, now, this goes into something else. This isn't on topic completely. But look, let me just go into this one for a second. Let's bring out the ice. Let's bring out the ice because this one is a headache one. Now, y'all see this. They said if Shelly-Ann retires today, Elaine will become the new hero. Just two big sprinters overlapping. Coleman has his drug issues, but because he did not overlap with Bolt, so no one cares. People just want Christian Coleman back. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. There are a lot of people, even my buddy. He's like, man, Christian Coleman, come back and all that other stuff. Like, hey, look, I like to see Christian Coleman back, but y'all already know my view on these things. You serve your time, you do your stuff, whatever. Look, I personally just, I don't care. Like, look, run. That's what I want to see. Fast times. I want to see fast times. Because most of them don't get caught when they actually are doping. Like, there's so much stuff that's come out, even in Jamaica too. With that, I even played it on the other video for the people that are seeing this for the first time. I played it on the other video. The woman that left the chair position back in 2013 was like, yeah, our Jamaican athletes don't get tested. And it's just like, wait, what? At least locally. That, I mean, if you stay in Jamaica for so many months and then you go out later, you could be using enhancements. Then you already know how long it takes to wear off stuff. That's what she was basically saying. And so some people said she did it because she was petty. Now you see how you took her words and said, oh, she did it because of this. But if it was somebody from the U.S., here's how emotionally involved you are. You don't use the same. Like I said, I've personally felt so many different ways about Shakira Richardson. I'm not really trying to express my personal view on her. I am here to just talk about how these things are. Now, if it was an American leaving the board and saying that Americans don't get tested like that, people will come out the woodwork. See, I told you these Americans are doping. They cheated. Their track is fast. All of this stuff. It don't even make any logical sense. It don't. But here we go. Here's another person that if we came here in the emotions here. Okay, let's look at Richie Rich. Here go another name I got for her. But we just going to call her Shakira Richardson today. Let me get a better picture of her right here. Okay, we're going to talk about Shakira Richardson. Now, people love to hate on Shakira Richardson. Like, they love to hate on her because she got a mouth. So now you got this self-satisfaction of people hating on you. Now, I'm not talking about it. It's off topic because she ain't succeeding at nothing right now except getting her pockets filled. When it comes to performances, she's just not. She's not succeeding. There are plenty of NCAA champions, and they're doing a little bit better than her, right? They got medals. They got relay medals and all types of stuff. She smoked herself out or whatever that was, publicity stunt or not. She just didn't do her thing. Now, the thing is like, okay, people are so emotionally invested in this that people are literally making up statuses about Shakira Richardson right now, saying that she said certain things that she didn't. And they spreading it. And they're making YouTube videos on it. Steve said, I guess there's no integrity in track and field. Man, there ain't no integrity in virtually anything. Let me take this back for a second. Let me just take this back for a second. The divorce rate. Here go the integrity. Marriage is supposed to be so-called permanent, right? The divorce rate that happens, and I'm going to reference the U.S., is very similar worldwide. I got the data on this too. So the divorce rate here, let's bring up the ice, and I'm going to get back on topic. I'm going to take 2 minutes on this one. Is if you take out the baby boomer generation, it's nearly 70%. Generation X, millennials, and younger. I guess, well, can Generation Z actually get married? But anyway, if you take the data out, if you just leave boomers in, it's still over 50%. It's like 55 to 60% divorce rate. Now, there is no integrity when somebody asks for alimony. Supposedly, you can work a job too. You chose a person, a man most likely, that made more money than you on purpose because you ain't taking no broke, scrub, dusty. They got all types of names for us men, right? Oh, he's a broke, he's a scrub, he's a dusty. Oh, what are you when you got less money? Oh, no, I'm a woman, whatever. And use double standards, right? That's a double standard that women have, right? Oh, no, I'm not just rambling. This talks about integrity, right? This ain't rambling. Now, if you want to talk about integrity, these people are divorce raping people out of their money. Some people, they got YouTube videos planning on how to get over on guys that got money. That's not integrity. So all in life, there is not integrity in a lot of things. The NBA, the NFL, well, mainly the NBA is rigged. You know why? Why is it certain teams keep getting draft picks, the first pick all the time, and they go to certain teams? If it had some integrity to it, then you would see San Antonio Spurs sometimes get more picks. A random team with low viewership, they would get a first draft pick sometimes. Nope, it barely does that. It usually goes to Chicago, LA, Houston, New York, some of the ones with the big media coverage. Why? Because it doesn't really have integrity. Now they're going to put it to you and they're going to tell you for just the public to pat you on the head, and they're going to pat all of us on the head and say that the game is fair, and we're going to believe it. Because if we keep the suspension of disbelief or the suspension of disbelief too high or something, just like in a movie, if it just gets too real, we don't like it no more. We like to be lied to a little bit. We like our emotional strings pulled. But that's just like with marriage. You got people planning the divorce before emotionally attached to the people. They got warning signs, red flags, right? All over the place, and you ignore it. And then you get married to them. And then they divorce you. And then they're going to take you to child support. Instead of saying 50-50, that will be fair. They argue about fair, but then they don't give you fair. So the same thing. It's not just track and field. That's the point I'm bringing it up. It's not just track and field. It's all over the place. Entire planet. Nothing is really having integrity. Oh, and last thing, cheating. Men and women cheat with the studies they got at almost the exact same rate, 50% if you round it. It's slightly more on men. It's like 52, then like 49 or 48% on women. But when you in a relationship, I take 10 people, 10 couples, half of them cheating. And it don't even have to be an equal distribution. That means all 10 of them could have some cheater in those relationships. And those are the only ones that got caught and self-reported that. Now imagine the people that ain't self-reported. They ain't going to tell you that they cheating. They just going to lie to the grave. And they going to go in this anonymous survey and they going to be like, nah, I don't cheat. And they cheated. So there you go. Let's get back on topic now. That's what I'm just saying. The integrity, if you think people got integrity, that's why we need rules for. So, and the doping thing is just hard to catch that. But Skull 100 said nobody plays by the rules anymore. Nah, people don't. People don't be playing by the rules. We just getting worse and worse. We just getting worse and worse with things. And at the end of the day, let me just put it here. Where's the next person that people love to hate on? Here's another one to get back on topic here. All right. Here go two people love to hate on. All right. For different reasons. Now, one person on the left, Deleilah Muhammad, they just completely ignored this woman. She was the Olympic champion. Now, people are saying, people were saying that it's her dark skin. It's her beautiful, dark, chocolatey skin. That's what they were saying, right? They were saying that was the reason that she was hated on, basically. Okay, that could be correct. And then Sydney McLaughlin, as she said in a video, she said people are all over me, and she started crying. Now, she said she was gonna cry. Now, I feel a certain way about people pointing the camera in their face and then crying on the film, but that allows you to emotionally connect to them. To me, it does nothing for me. I just kind of feel uncomfortable. I don't know how to react to it. So, but otherwise, you got Sydney McLaughlin. Now people are hating on her and saying, well, of course the media is gonna like her because she's light-skinned. Now you're hating on them for opposite reasons. You're hating on them for opposite reasons, right? So now you're just like, oh, she's so light-skinned, she's better. She even talked and mentioned about that. Now, mainly what she mentioned was her own family and people close to her, that when she was the Olympic champion and world record holder, they just kind of looked at her like, okay. They didn't give her any praise or nothing. They just was like, eh. And then she was just like, wow, I can't even get the people closest to me. Forget all the strangers that I don't know anything about them. They know more about me than I know about them. Because if a stranger approaches her, okay, she's not connected to him. And then it gets kind of weird because then you might be like a creep or something like that. You might stalk her down to her house and whatever, right? And that could be a man or a woman. Because I know some people are going to make an assumption. Creep, oh, equal man. No, there are creepy women out here too. So with that being said, that the Francois said, everything you do as an athlete enhances your performance, regardless of whether you use performance enhancing drugs. Yeah, exactly. You train, you're enhancing your performance. Remember at a time back, they said you were amateur. You couldn't even train for the Olympics, or at least the USA didn't even allow you to train. That's why people were fainting after the 800 and the 1500 and stuff. They barely could complete it because they didn't allow them to train, or they said you can't train because you're an amateur. If you start training, you're a professional. And therefore, we don't allow professionals in the U.S. and certain other countries. So therefore, you can't train for it. And then people were literally going out because if you trained, I guess, you became a professional. And that's a performance enhancer. I drink beet juice because I can't, and it got to be mixed up. Oh, my goodness, I hate beets. But you know what I found out about that? It allows you to have greater capacity to recover a little bit faster. It allows your blood to absorb oxygen more. So for distance runners, it's better. Mainly after the workout for recovery. Not during it, but in my opinion, I'm like, if you can absorb oxygen more, that means you can use more power and then in long distances. I don't know, but the studies have shown recovery method is more, especially for distance runners. It is huge. It's not even close. But Skull 100 said a lot of times it will be your own people that will be praying for your downfall. Exactly. So let me take them off real quick. Let me go to Deleilah Muhammad for a second. Okay, look at that beautiful, dark, chocolatey skin that she got right there, right? That beautiful, dark, chocolatey skin, right? So she got that. She got that good skin. All of them got that good skin, actually. Look, look, all of them got that. But look, so it's a lot of people saying that, hey, look, the media ain't doing it. I don't know why they're not doing it. Maybe it's because her last name is Muhammad. That could be the case too. It could be just because of her name. And you know, some of the, the prejudices for whatever reasons they have with people with certain names. So that could be the case more than her skin color, right? But they just don't cover her. They finally cover her this year. And it was so weird because they cover her when she was already injured. She suffered from, disease that we had this year. And then they covered her. And it's like, okay, maybe they were proven wrong 2 times in a row, 2 years in a row, that Deleilah Muhammad was going to lose to Sydney. So they said, okay, she might have got injured, but she's looking real good in these rounds. We need to give her respect this Olympics. Like, because we were pumping up Sydney McLaughlin the last time. And then what happened? Oh, she got the world record twice dropped on her head. And Deleilah Muhammad has beaten McLaughlin more than the other way around. Now, that's what it is. But now, let's cover McLaughlin. It's her own people that's over here hating on her. They love to hate on her now at this point. Now, just like Allison Felix said, a lot of this stuff happens behind the scenes and you just don't see it. But now it's the social media age. And like I said, with marketing wise, whether she's doing it like that on purpose or not, she's grown up with social media like this. So I would just say it seemed like she was doing it naturally. But I would still say that's a smart idea for her to share some of her struggles with her audience. Connects them in a way that you wouldn't otherwise know. You realize that she's a human. You realize that she has her hopes, her dreams, her prayers and stuff and everything like that. So when she's talking about her own people, she came there and told them, and they just looked at her like she was just like nobody. Now, they hate on these people. Let's go to where they at. Where this at? Where we at? We got another person. They said colorism is real. Sad. Yeah. Mainly, I've seen colorism more outside of the U.S. and kind of with a little bit more on women. I don't know why. I think women are more visual than men. Now, remember when somebody said men are more visual than women? If we were visual creatures, then we would have like loads of underwear like they do. All of these different options that women get when they go to clothing. We're not the visual creatures. We are more physical creatures where we like to touch and things like that. But we're not visual like that. Women are more visual. So I've seen and experienced them actually talking more on color stuff than men have. Like, men just be like, yo, the woman, man, let me get that woman right there. Let me get that woman with that booty jiggling. Or the small booty or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, here's another person that people love to hate on. And I remember when I first created this YouTube channel, very shortly after that, I was talking about Dina ahser-smith. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read the comments before I move on to that. Let me stop. Okay, it says, the Francois said, I feel so bad about how Deleilah has been ignored. Muhammad Ali has been super famous and a few other famous athletes. I don't think her name is the biggest factor. I meant famous Muslim athletes. Yeah, you know what? That could be. I'm talking about the recent stuff that's happened. You know, Muhammad Ali came up in a different time, but then we had like the terrorism thing. And then, all that stuff got escalated. The media propaganda and tool. So maybe it is, maybe it's not. I just put that in there because I thought maybe that could be a factor because of that. But let me move on real quick. Dina ahser-smith. This woman worked her booty cheeks off. And she's over here. She became the world champion in the 200. And you know what people's response was? Oh, she wouldn't have won if other people were in there, if they weren't injured. Oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who, other people? Isn't that part of the year? Isn't that part of what happened? Like, people are injured, so therefore you're competing against the best of the people that are there. And any given year, do you know somebody could be injured right now that could have won? Like David Rudisha was injured this year. Should I take away from the 800 champion, the Olympic champion right now and say, well, if David Rudisha wasn't injured, he wouldn't be Olympic champion. Now, I will say, yeah, David Rudisha, given his track record of being injured before and still winning, he probably had a high likelihood of winning. But I'm not going to take away from their Olympic gold medal. Like, yo, they work so hard, and they are not like, they're a tough cookie too. They would have been able to challenge David Rudisha and potentially beat him. Oh, Donovan Brazier. Oh, wait a minute, Donovan Brazier. Hold up. I'm getting arrows in different athletes. But Brazier in the 800, he got injured. He was wearing a boot afterward. That's just crazy that people would hate on them. Like, and she even said, she came into an interview one time and she said she don't even want to talk about racism because she's like, it's no point of arguing something that is a reality. There's no point of arguing a reality out here that some people have to experience every day. So why should I talk about it on a regular basis? So it's basically like how some people are mothers, and then every conversation they want to have is about mother versus their performance. That's how I feel. I think I personally would be annoyed. Now, I can't speak for them, right? I can't speak for the mothers out there getting asked that question. But me thinking, if I'm the same but just a different gender and I was a mother, and then every other question was more about how I'm a mother and still doing well versus I am an athlete that's hitting all these times and everything, and let's talk about that too, I'd be annoyed. It's like saying, oh, you got brown skin. How does it feel to be brown? How does it feel to be an Afro-American? How does it feel to be surrounded by all of these people here and all of those good things? Can you tell us? Now, Dina ahser-smith, I saw somebody say that that she's attractive. Now, she be over here in Vogue. She be over here putting on her model shoot, and I got a better picture somewhere. I think I lost it. Maybe it deleted it. But she be over there in Vogue, and she's able to, do that and still run fast. Because some people were like, oh, she did Vogue and then she ran slow. They're her sponsor. And so every year, she's been sponsored with them, I think, since 2016 or something like that. Maybe 2015. I don't know. She's been sponsored a while. So every year she has a grab bag. Look on the YouTube channel. She's got a grab bag with Vogue. It was only like 3-4 months ago. So she's been able to run fast and do this. So unlike what some people were saying, no, that's not the case. They said you can only race who is beside you. But I think in Europe, Dina gets hate because the UK media would have you think she is the second coming of Christ. No, I think that is a perception. That is a perception. Let me clarify this here. Even they themselves said it. They said when she finished second, they said that I know that we try to have a global perspective. They even gave context with it. And people in the comment section still flamed the announcers. They said, this is horrible announcing. I'm like, man. They said, wait a minute. They said, this is horrible. Oh, somebody said, Sir said, attractive with a whole bunch of question marks. That woman is fine. Yeah, I know. That's why what's his name went to the UK and he tried to, they were in a relationship for a second. What's his name? Zarnell Hughes. They were in a relationship for a second. I was like, wait a minute. Maybe he went to the UK so he could date her, and then it just didn't work out or whatever. She actually looks just like my ex. I was like, look, Dina ahser-smith. I already dated somebody that looked like Dina ahser-smith. It's so crazy. They look like freaking twins. Now I didn't revealed it. She probably on this channel like, wait a minute. Because I even told her at one point. I'm just like, look, y'all look so similar. Y'all look so similar. It's crazy. It's very crazy how it's only a small thing on their face that makes them different. Otherwise, you'd be like, oh, are they sisters? But anyway, so now y'all be like, wait a minute, he must be attracted to Dina ahser-smith. But look, they even said that, hey, we try to have a global perspective like the second coming of Christ. When I listened to them, I was like, they're doing better with Dina ahser-smith than they've done on distance races with the Europeans. Because with the distance races, when they get a European or a British athlete up in there, they be making Laura Muir like she about to win. Dina ahser-smith, they don't even talk about her as if she's gonna win. Now at the Diamond League meets, yes, they do. At the Diamond League meets, because the Diamond League and the championships are two different things. Early in the season, Dina ahser-smith can actually beat Shelly-Ann, Fraser-Pryce, Elaine, Thompson-Herah. It's happened before, right? So they they do pump her up a little bit on those because it's statistically possible for her to win. And they pump her up and say she's European champion, world champion, and they just say the standard stuff. But I think sometimes we hear it differently. Because I even went back and I watched, I listened to all the videos with Dina ahser-smith. I literally did this for like the last 2 days because I was going to come out with a video on her pumping up to this. And so I'm listening to it and I'm like, where are they hearing that they got a bias and they pump her up so much? Only twice did I hear that they really pumped her up. It was the one time at that she typically don't run fast times after the championships. She just runs like average times because she goes back into training mode with Coach Francis. So it's realistic and statistically possible that Dina ahser-smith could beat her. And so I don't have a problem with that. But I can understand what y'all talking about. But yeah, he said, I live in Europe. Trust me, she gets a lot of press coverage. The BBC go ham when they like an athlete. I have nothing against her though. Oh, Melvin said, why was Sydney crying? I missed that part. Okay. So Dina ahser-smith, people be hating on this athlete. They be hating on her. And I'm just like, what? What? Like, she ran a fast time. 21:83. That's not slow. Dina and Skipper are lowered by the media. Oh, yeah. If you think about, look, I'll put it this way. Okay, I assume that most of this audience here, being that you're from Jamaica. Most of you all are from Jamaica, or you are Jamaican descendants, or whatever. You're part of the Jamaican diaspora, right? I'm assuming that your skin is a similar color as mine, or a similar color as Dina ahser-smith, right? We all got some dark African descendant skin, right? Or most of us. Now, when you see a brown skinned person and they break into something that normally they don't break into, don't y'all go overboard? Can y'all admit that? Can we come to an agreement here? Can we come to an agreement that if you see a brown skinned person, y'all gonna be like, wow, she's crazy. I've told you we could beat them or something like that. Even sometimes I see the comments in the comment section. Like, come on now. Y'all got to be honest. So when they see a European that can compete, whether they're brown or not, they're going to pump them up because it's like, wow, this is rare. And they even say it. They was like, see, if y'all don't watch the distance races, y'all don't watch the distance races like that. Dina is slim thick. Let me not say my comment. So anyway, with that being said, look, the distance races, they was like, see, Europeans can compete with the Africans. See, they can come out there if they train hard, they work hard, because Europe is getting fat and lazy like the United States. We have land whales and walruses walking all around us. No offense to anybody that is here, but you should lose weight if you're gaining some weight. It's not healthy. I don't care about y'all body positivity stuff. It's medically not healthy. I know I'm going to get a dislike with that one, demonetize me and all that stuff, whatever. But they keep talking about the health issues when they come with these distance races. And when they see a European that's able to compete, they're like, and they even said it with Laura Muir. They was like, see, I told you. They said, we all thinking the same thing. That girl is beautiful. I know, y'all love her on the screen. Look, if we could get Dina ahser-smith on this channel, I would get her on this channel and interview. And if she's still single, we about to find out something. But anyway, they said, please don't talk about how the Brits pump up Dina when here in the USA, we cannot get away from the 9th place finisher in the international race. Fix your own house. Oh, shoot. I hope you ain't referring to me. But yeah, the funny thing is, that is correct. You know what? You just pointed out something even better. Look, we over here, and I say we, them. I don't associate with it. But people over here, the media, here we go. The media pumping up 9th place finisher Richardson to all get out. And I recorded a video earlier. I just didn't post it because I don't want my video to be growing on that because, you know, the English version of the Diamond League did not release a video on her or the press release on her, but they released it in Dutch. And I read it and I could understand a little bit of Dutch, surprisingly. And then I used a translator for the rest of it. And she was talking about how she would love to break 22 seconds 22 seconds. And I was like, I wonder why they didn't release it in English. And I'm like, oh, okay. I know why. It's probably going to be a lot of drama there. So they only released it in Dutch at the time of my recording earlier. They might have translated it or did whatever they did and released it in English. But let's get back on topic. They said people too soft these days. Then go cry about telling them to lose weight. Melvin De Bruyne said they are sensitive. Now, here's another person that people love to hate. They said also Gabby Thomas. I love and respect her. So let me see. Hold on. Where is my other person? Did I not put? Oh, here we go. Y'all, this one is crazy. Now, some of y'all might agree with this one or something, but hey, look. Ferdinand said, yes, King. Hey, Ferdinand, what's up? So, look, we got Marileidy Paolino. They said she's coming out of nowhere running fast. She's doping. Why is every time, you know what? That's crazy. This is crazy. Because track is more tested than every other sport. Probably swimming too. Like track, gymnastics, like the Olympic big name, Olympic big three or whatever. They're the big three. They're probably tested more than other sports are. I don't know about track being the most, factually speaking, but I know it is at least one of the most because, they be going ham on it, right? The crazy thing is that Paolino is being accused because of quote unquote where she's from. Oh, I know where she's from, and I asked the person. Wait a minute. They said Gabby Thomas is another beautiful black woman who is running for the U.S. She ain't getting hyped, though. And then Sir said, they said Gabby Thomas ain't messing with no real black man. What does that correlate to? Sir said. Sudata Roy said Gabby Thomas ain't messing with no real black man. I ain't even gonna comment on that one. Hey, let me not there. They said, look, Paolino. They said they know where her neighborhood that she grew up on. Okay, cool. And then they said that, oh, I know they be slinging certain things around there. And I asked them, where's the evidence? Can you point me to this? No comment. No comment. Just like somebody said, I subscribe to your channel. I'm glad that you're, ma'am. No comment. They just start saying stuff. Yes, I have also worked with people that wanted to self-delete themselves for almost a decade of my own time. Didn't get paid. Had a hotline, anonymous hotline. Thankfully, up to 1 year of tracking afterward, nobody self-deleted themselves. Unfortunately, we did lose one person, though. And that was, I think, 3 or 4 years after the fact. But that's just the person that I know. He was a close friend. That was unfortunate. And the way that in which he passed, that was the way when I first met him, he said he was about to self-delete himself. That way. So that's why I said it had to not have been an accident. It probably was self-deletion. But anyway, there are people out here keep saying stuff. They got no evidence on these things, and they just say stuff. Here go another person they just say stuff on. Love to hate the successful people. Now, if they happen to be right, this is the horrible thing. What if she gets busted one day? What if something comes out and we find out that she is that she has cheated with drugs and stuff? Then they're gonna say, "We see, I told you." They was wrong on all 50 other people that they talked about. They got one right. Just like people coming on my comment section, they think I'm talking about Richardson losing on in the 200 in the last two videos I released. I didn't say anything about her placing in the 200 at all. I didn't say not even a single reference to it. But they made an assumption based on what I was talking about, I guess calling her Forrest Gump and sha'carri B. And then they said, you're going to bite your words. I'm like, didn't you say that the last time when I said she might cash checks that she can't bounce, or that she might cash checks that bounce, or she's writing checks that'll bounce, and then her checks bounced? I guess wait a minute, Insta y'all getting on Insta Roy, man. Y'all want to call in on a Zoom call real quick? I would actually like y'all to call in and have this conversation with each other. This would be a very interesting conversation, because I think for him to type that stuff in, it probably get misconstrued here, but y'all asking him what is a real black man, because he said that Gabby Thomas doesn't go for the real black man or something. So it looks like Insiduta Roy said, I know Gabby Thomas type. I've seen her coach, not Bobby K. I've spent years in corporate America in the presence of the Gabby Thomas types. Michelle Obama is an outlier. Well, you know what? I guess if you go to Princeton, you're not a real black man. No, Marquise, I think you're missing his point. I think he's saying that that people like I don't know, Insiduta Roy. I don't want to say it. That's why I want you to call in and say it, because I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, and I can understand where you're from. If you guys don't come from his background and see that stuff happen in person, you would see that. Me personally, look, people choose who they wanna be with, right? And it is what it is. You see all types of stuff. I'm not here to police anybody's sausages or their pizza rolls or whatever, or pizza, right? I'm not here to police anything. Because I know some people are like, yo, brown skin people only go with brown skin people. Other people, you can do your swirling stuff. You can do all of this stuff. Me personally, I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do. But some people think some people are here, and that's what he is. So that's what I can see. I understand what you're talking about, though. I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Checks bounced is still your funniest video title, the Francois said. You know what? I got another title. Oh, I got another title. If she loses this next meet, I already got it loaded up. I thought about it today, because normally I only think about a thing right before, because I'm real good on the spot. I'm real good on the spot with stuff. But this one, I am ready and able. Oh yeah, here's another big one that people love to hate on. Here's another one that people, but that Insiduta Roy, just to finish that one off, I definitely understand what you're talking about. I understand what you're talking about. That's why I say I personally don't really care. Okay, here's another one that people love to hate on. You know how many people are calling A-Thing Mo a man? They saying A-Thing Mo needs to be tested for the gender test. Wait a minute. I was surprised. I said, what? I had to delete the freaking comment. I didn't even want that to be discussed and argued. Marquise said, I've lived in America for a while, and they seem to have a warped, messed up view of what black is supposed to be. Yeah, a lot of what black is, so-called black in the United States, is pushed by the media message. Like, it's pushed by the media message, unfortunately. And then I say so-called black because that's what I think. Even Malcolm X was saying so-called black because that was like a message given out by, was it Jesse Jackson or something like that? So, I mean, I think they use Negro more or something like that, because I'm like, well, my skin ain't black. I kind of feel strange using the word black, because I'm like, I'm not black, I'm brown. And then you call somebody else brown, and I'm just like, all right, whatever. That's just a common term. And if I say, oh, I'm not black, then somebody looks at me funny. I'm like, yo, that's why I say African descendant most of the time. It's just easier. But anyway, A-Thing Mo, they said that she's a man now. They love to hate on her. They hate when they see her succeed. They over here literally saying this woman is a man, and she should be tested for the gender test, whatever that is. So I'm like, wait, I'm scratching my head. I'm literally doing this. I'm like, this is what I'm looking like. I'm looking at these roaches. That's what they are. I'm looking at these roaches coming out, these cockroaches coming out of all the corners. And they are literally coming up and saying, this woman is a man. They hate seeing these people succeed. No, this stuff got to stop. But hey, when you give an anonymous profile and anybody a voice, this is what happens. That's literally what happens. They say that she needs to be tested. And I'm like, what? Then we got the male testosterone. I asked the person when they said male testosterone when it comes to Marileidy and Boma. I was like, what is so-called male testosterone? Isn't it just testosterone? What is female testosterone? That's what I asked them. No response. None. It's been a couple of days. No response. And they keep putting it on other videos. I'm like, yo, what is female testosterone? Please tell me. Isn't there just such a thing as, you're probably just trying to say it's a man, like they're a man and stuff. Not it's, but they're a man and then not saying it. I want to take her face off while I'm saying this. But it's just kind of crazy. I just don't understand when people are doing it. Now, here's another person. I know this is controversial. This might come out a little bit later. You know what? I'm going to ignore that one. I think I covered a lot of the athletes that people love to hate on. But Dina ahser-smith has been one of the ones where I'm just like, she's a world champion, and she won in a fast time, 21:83. Like, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce didn't even break 22 seconds, and she won. And you're telling me that Dina ahser-smith ain't earned the right to have that just because Elaine Thompson-Herah didn't run? There's no telling that Elaine Thompson-Herah could have won. There's no telling that if Elaine Thompson-Herah was in that race, she could have ran her PR. That's not what happens every time. We know that for a fact. Usain Bolt didn't run a PR every time, even when he was trying all the way. Because he did try sometimes all the way, and we know that he didn't run a PR. It's just you lose sometimes, you win sometimes. How do you know that if Elaine Thompson-Herah wasn't in this race, she wouldn't have ran faster? And then she beat Elaine Thompson-Herah running faster. Who do you know? She could have ran a 21.7 something, 21.79, 21.76, and then beat her. This was her day. That was her moment. She earned the gold. And congratulations to her. That's all I got to say about it. People love to hate on them. They said, one thing I would say, if Mboma gets a better start, she will be destructive in the 200, in my opinion. Federation Online Wrestling said, yep. They said, sir, a thing, or a thing, it's a thing. It's a thing mo. I keep saying a thing for some reason. A thing mo is another woman that is insanely pretty to me. And the name the media crowned her with is a very fitting, a thing of beauty. Huh, interesting. Huh, that's funny. Athlete, ahser-smith, most beautiful Great Britain athlete. Elaine Thompson, Jamaica, but my Zulu queen back home, South Africa. Tops, I'm a black man trapped in a white skin. Further that, you funny as heck. Further that, man, you be coming here sometimes, man, you be having me rolling. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I see your comments, I don't even get to read them all. That's why I said sometimes I'm starting to get a lot of people here in the comments. That's why I said sometimes if you want to see them seen, it's just super chat. And if you got a hate message, definitely, that's what I definitely want you to super chat, because I'm just going to start deleting people. Because if you ain't going to call in with your hate stuff, super chat it, then we read it, and then I'll start paying attention to you. Otherwise, we just got to delete it these times around, because the channel's starting to grow fast. We starting to get stands and fans, and yeah, that's it. That we starting to get stands and fans. So Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, people really don't hate on her too much. Now I don't know. They said, you know who is the most prettiest, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, people are saying. People still hate on Serena Williams. Oh, yeah. Deleilah. Yeah, people do hate on Serena Williams. Now, Serena Williams did come in with some trash talk at one point, saying that she could beat men and that it was unfair or something like that. She was like, I could beat men. And then that one guy showed her the door when he even played really bad. He played a horrible game on purpose and still beat her. Blew her out. But yeah, people do be hating on Serena Williams. And now she said, oh no, I would never want to play men. Like I remember seeing that video. She's like, I'll never want to play men. I'm glad we have two separate genders and everything, and that we're playing against women. Their reaction time, their strength, they're so much faster and quicker. But back in I think early 2000 or something like that, or was it the late 90s? She was like, oh no, I could beat men or whatever. She started trash talking. Now the women today are saying that stuff and nobody's challenging them. I'm like, okay, cool. WNBA player. If I was an NBA player, I'm like, okay, cool, play. Let's play. Then they're gonna say you have an unfair height advantage. These days they would be saying that. Back when she did it, they wouldn't have did that stuff. But let me get back. They said I agree on they've been hating on Miller Weibo. Oh, Miller Weibo. That's the athlete I forgot. Miller Weibo. Let me bring her up on the screen. That was the last athlete I wanted to cover, at least here. Let me take this off the screen. Get off my screen, freaking logo. Where am I at? Here we go. Here we go. Let me see.
Jamaica 1, 2, 3. Should we have expected anything differently?
No, you shouldn't have.
I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the. I forgot I still got that on here. Okay, let me bring up Shanae Miller-Weibo. I think it's that's how you spell her name. Kind of like. Here we go. Okay, Shanae Miller-Weibo. She's over here. They said, oh, she dived. She was diving, and now she won at this Olympics, and they still hating on her. Like, yo, chill out. Didn't she earn it? She fell, and then she jumped forward because she was falling. Like, yo, she didn't dive on purpose. It's like she leaned, fell, jumped because she had leaned. So, and plus, it's not against the rules. Didn't y'all see Michael Norman or somebody else when they were at college or something? I think it was a what was that university? Gosh darn it. Somebody did like they called it a Superman flop at the finish. And you can search it. I think it was Flowtac that uploaded that video. It's kind of crazy. They said from the Bahamas. Wait a minute. T-Rex, what are you talking about from the Bahamas? Yeah, Shanae Miller-Weibo from the Bahamas. Unless you're talking about something else. Oh, y'all must be talking about Serena Williams. Marrying... you said she married. Mr. Max said she married to that white man. Hey, it is what it is. Federation Online Wrestling. It was a hurdler. Wait a minute. What are y'all talking about? Wait, I'm confused. I think I'm confused here. Let me stay on. Deleilah said, "Yep, I remember that Superman flop. LOL. He flew through the finish line." And then his teammate was so mad. He was like, "Wait a minute. What just happened? I could have done this." But yeah. So Shanae Miller-Weibo. They hating on this woman. They hating on this model. This tall model. Hey, look, she's taller than me. I think she's taller than me. I ain't really that tall. I'm average height. But let me see. They hating on her. 2-time Olympic gold medalist. All right, the first one didn't count. She's got the gold, but okay, let's say the first one didn't count. Now she got this one. Cricket, quiet. They're still hating on her. They're still hating on her. Oh, another person. Oh, yeah, she is taller than me. She is taller than me. They said I'm an inch taller than her. Yeah, look. They said Sifan Hassan also gets a lot of hate. People find something off of about her off-putting. Again, I have nothing against her. Oh, the Francois. Okay, you know what that? I think Sifan Hassan, me personally, I have found her a little strange. She's done some strange things before races, but that's just like her. Like I don't have a problem against Sifan Hassan. She's just kind of there. But I find it interesting that she looks kind of strange. I'm like, hey, you know what? That's actually interesting. I'm glad that she has a different personality than the other people up there. Because it's just, if everybody's the same as there, I find it a good strange. Don't get me wrong. But I think she is a little bit strange. And I think if I saw her in real life, she'd be like one of my strange friends. And I'm just like, hey, whatever, come over here. Let's do some things. Let's go out there and you going to be strange. And then we going to have some laughs because you do your whatever your strange thing is. And that type of thing. Just like other people that would be goofy, like Tapper in the hurdles. Okay, she's like one of those goofy people I have around me. And I'm just like, yo, I love that energy. So it's different. I don't know. Other things they don't like about her is because I think she's in the Netherlands and I guess she's Ethiopian. And some people don't like that she did that. It's more Kenyans. You're used to more Kenyans leaving. There are some Ethiopians that run for Bahrain, but obviously most of those athletes are for money. But her going to the Netherlands, I think that was for a different reason. I don't know exactly what. Was it when she was younger or something? But it is it was something else. The Francois said, a friend of mine said Hassan gives off a bad vibe. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Maybe it's just her face. Some people just, there are going to be some people that ain't going to like you and it's unexplainable. Not everybody's going to like you. The only thing I care about is if somebody respects them. That's all I care. And respect is earned, by the way. It's not just given. You don't just give people respect. You got to earn it. I got to earn your respect too. We don't just, I'm not giving it out randomly. I don't dish out respect to somebody I know. I'm going to treat you cordially but and everything, but I tentatively respect. So the thing with Sifan Hassan, let me bring her up here. She's actually ranked the #1 woman in the world this year out of all events together, if I'm not mistaken, unless she lost it to Elaine Thompson-Herah. But what she did, no other woman. I mean, come on now. You get into 10K, 1500, and 5K, getting a medal in all of them, and to getting 2 goals, like the classic 5K, 10K, and then being able to do that. So maybe it's just she just has a strange face to some of them. That's all it is. Some people don't like her because of the who's calling me from the front desk? Oh, in my hotel. Worked with Alberto Salazar. Oh my goodness, this phone ring. I am not getting up. They're gonna have to knock on this door. Then you got other people that, yeah, that's like one of the bigger things. They even tried to question her on that. They said, yo, what do you feel about Alberto Salazar giving you an enhancement or something like that? And she was just like, what? She ran angry in Doha. That's what she said. She said in that 1500, if y'all saw that, look back at the 1500 in Doha. That is a crazy end of the race. She started at the end, and then she quickly went to the front about 3/4 into that lap, basically after the first lap. And then she just pushed the pace. It was very close to the world record. And I was like, wow. She kept looking back. She kept doing the thing like, yo, y'all gonna come up here? You gonna come up here? She kept looking back at him. And she said she was running angry. She said she wanted to prove to people that that kept trash talking her. And because she was really getting burned up in the media. Now, you guys that live in Europe, can you confirm that? But I know that a lot of stuff that I saw in her interviews, they kept saying Alberto Salazar this, Alberto Salazar that. And this is what I tell y'all with Justin Gatlin. Or even with Shakira Richardson saying, well, oh, the coach has this with the juicing thing. I'm sure the coach don't want to get suspended. If y'all thinking that, don't you think WADA is triple down on that coach and going to be testing his athletes even more? Y'all got to think that for a second. We got to use critical thinking here. If they with the coach that supposedly is there, Alberto Salazar got banned for life, and he didn't even cheat. He didn't even use no drug-enhanced cheats or nothing. Oh, hold on a second, guys. I forgot I had a package to that's supposed to be delivered. Give me 30 seconds. All right, I am back with that interruption there. I forgot I had a package delivered here. That's what the front desk was calling me about. She was laughing. She was like, I can hear you on your stream out there. I'm very loud, I guess, in this hotel. But anyway, yeah, so Alberto Salazar didn't even, that's another person that people love to hate on. Alberto Salazar. The man didn't even break any anti-doping rules. They said, you got too close. Our limit is this. Let's just say that the doping rule was you can have 100 milligrams per joule or whatever of energy. And that don't even make any sense what I just said. my science is coming up in my head. Let's just say 100 over the testosterone limit before they say that you're a drug cheat. He went 99.9 or something like that, or 99.4, whatever the closest thing was. Hey, he didn't break the freaking rules. It's plenty of people, and it's known, you can look that up, where people quote unquote microdope. So they do their, what is it called? EPO. That's for distance runners especially. Some sprinters have done that. That's the blood doping. You take some of your own blood, I guess oxygenated blood, and you inject it back into yourself or something. And some of the distance runners do it at a small enough level. But they hit him. I knew he was about to be banned when Mary Kane came out and did that sob story saying, he abused me. It was his coaching. Now, not to come against her thing, because I know, oh my goodness, I got that clip on the internet now. They're going to use it against me. I already know in the future. Oh, well, I got to prepare for it. Hopefully they ain't trying to sue me. But, of course, Trikey was using the thing. Of course, she's defensive. She's defenseless because she's a woman, I guess. You know, we can hold it against the man because he's a coach and he's he's there now as the victim. She could go to any coach she want, but she said he told me to take this, he told me to do that, and he was doing these tests, and he wanted me to eat this certain food. He was controlling everything. Ma'am, don't you have the ability to use your 2 feet like you do on a track and you jiggle them all across the track? Couldn't you use your 2 feet and move to a different coach? You did not have to go to the Oregon Project. You could have gone to a different coach. Just like the other people stayed with Alberto Salazar. They seem to have not trash talked him or anything. They seem to just been like, yo, I ain't got nothing to do with him. That's what they did. They did the neutral thing. So I'm going to do a video on Alberto Salazar talking about he's been targeted. I might have him as an interview on this channel. I know I ain't going to get no sponsors from the big shoe companies or whatever. I personally don't care on this YouTube channel. I'm going to try to talk my stuff. That's why I do appreciate for anybody that does support this channel too. Because even my buddy was talking about, look, if you say the stuff you going to say, USATF ain't going to like you. The big shoe companies ain't going to like you. They might not try to sponsor the channel. Oh, well, I'm glad they don't have to write me paychecks or whatever. Like other YouTubers, they're going to get sponsorships and sponsored by those things. It's okay. I'm fine. I'll live. Let me see. Y'all talking. They said, please do a feature, Malachi's Adventure. Is that a video game? Oh, wait a minute. Or are you talking about, wait a minute. In what way are you talking about Malachi's Adventure? Please do a Malachi's Adventure said, please do a feature on Nafi. Nafi. I think she's a gorgeous athlete with not much highlight. I can never pronounce her last name. All right, so I can see. Wait a minute. Why is it not letting me get this comment? I'm gonna have to screenshot this for a second. I'm gonna make sure I do a feature on that. I'm gonna do some research. Did that process 2 oxygenated blood? That is T-Rex. Lance Armstrong did that too. That process 2 oxygenated blood. Oh yeah. So Lance Armstrong, he literally cheated. Like he literally cheated. Like that's the thing. What Alberto Salazar did and what Lance Armstrong did were 2 different things. Like just imagine, okay, like on Wall Street, they take cocaine. Some of them or whatever. And same thing in Silicon Valley. They take tiny hits of cocaine or something. And then they just do it for a little boost. They don't go full out snort. So let's just say, or better yet, a lot of you are familiar with alcohol limits. You can be drunk and intoxicated, but then below a certain limit, you could be not intoxicated. That's basically what Alberto Salazar was doing. He was under the limit of where you could be relegated as cheating. So if somebody else, so let's just take this another way. Let's say if Justin Gatlin was taking testosterone enhancement. Well, as long as he did it below the level that will mark him as cheating, he's fine. He will be fine. Because there's a certain level that's elevated that they would say, oh, you're cheating. It's a certain level over. But if you're underneath it, Alberto Salazar was like the person like, hey, if you get 100 grams over, we're going to do 99.9. He like literally went to the limit and tried to experiment how far he could go. Like this dude was like a scientist in a lab. And so they said because of the way in which he did it, that's why they banned him for life. Because he was studying how much of an enhancement I can give my athletes without them being cheating. Because one time, Mo Farah, he had an A sample, I think that was positive, and then his B sample came back negative. Now, this happens a lot with athletes. They just don't get reported on. But Mo Farah was a big athlete. So the thing is, that's what they did. They said, well, Gatlin lost credibility a long time ago. Nah, Gatlin didn't lose credibility. Not with it's within certain areas, sure, especially with within Europe and maybe in Jamaica or something like that. But no, not that. And then as far as Lance Armstrong, this man, he had his stuff so secure, they couldn't even catch the man. They couldn't even catch the man. Now, that one lawyer, he was after him. Just like, what is that? The Wolf of Wall Street. Like that one FBI agent, he was like, I'm going to get you. It was this one lawyer. He would not drop the case. They was like, no, this ain't going to work. This ain't going to work. Man, this guy kept going after him. Or it was a lawyer and a guy. They just kept going after Lance Armstrong. They said, I'm going to take him down. They got people like that on Usain Bolt. I guarantee you, somebody is over here trying to figure out how to get Usain Bolt. They gonna say, I know he was doping. I know he was doping. He had to be doping. He couldn't be running that fast, especially as a tall athlete. They normally can't even run good. I know he's freaking doping. And then they over there freaking smoking weed. They doing all types of stuff themselves. They probably got cocaine up there, but they gonna, oh, I know he's doping. He's using performance enhancers. Oh, should I do the Uncle Ruckus voice? Let me not. I know he's using all performance enhancers. Bolt, you should be fired. You should quit. Like, it's people like that all out there. It's people like that all out there. And they do not like these people. If you're a big name athlete, you got so much scrutiny and under the microscope, they gonna try to find you slipping up at any. So they hate when they see you run fast. You know what I tell these people? If I'm working with an athlete like this, I'm like, look, this is how you shut them up. Run fast. That's all you do. Shut them up by running fast. They want to come up to you in an interview saying, oh, how do you feel about, remember that interview with 2017? The winning time was like, what was it? 998, 993, whatever it was. Justin Gatlin had won. Usain Bolt. It was Christian Coleman in second, I think, wasn't it? And then Bolt was in third. And then in 2019, then Coleman won or whatever. But anyway, so the interview was like, oh, how do you feel about the times this year were a little bit slower? Do you say that it has something to do with performance enhancing drugs? Usain Bolt woke up and was like, hold on, let me get this. Because then that implied him too. Like, okay, so you expect them, they got to run in perfect times and fast times every year? They got to come out here every day they training. It's just going to be like that? That's kind of crazy. Can oxygenated blood help sprinters float to fast times? Marquis said. And can weed mask oxygenated blood? I got no freaking clue on that. I know that some sprinters have been, it was weird that they got banned for EPO. And I know that was a distance thing. But I'm like, well, if you get increased oxygen, more oxygen means more power. More power means faster. So I guess you could use it. But it's a very common thing. I'll say quote unquote common, or it's more likely to happen in distance events with distance runners than it would be with sprinters. But I think by the logic of more oxygen in your bloodstream, that it could enhance your performance. Like, that makes sense. Or at the very least, it could, let me put this on the screen. At the very least, it could allow you to recover faster. A lot of the times, these people are using quote-unquote performance enhancers. It's just to allow them to recover faster. It doesn't make them run faster. That's the thing that y'all got to understand. A whole bunch of these aren't actually there to make them run faster. Oh, that's right. It's not there to get them to run faster. It's just to help their recovery. Now, technically, you can recover faster means you can then train harder to get faster. But it's not like, oh, performance enhancer, this makes you faster. Because some people, wasn't it, what was it, Ben Johnson or something like that? He got off the stuff and he ran faster. It was like somebody that wasn't on it anymore and then they ran faster. Like, or was he permanently banned? I'm starting to get people mixed up here. But I know somebody was on it before. Then they ran faster after they got suspended or something like that. And so it's just like, well, there you go. They said, man, he hating on Shakira. Wait a minute, who? Mr. Max, who you talking about? Armstrong froze his uninfected blood and gave himself a blood transfer. Cheater. USA. Ferdinand said, hey, you know what? You know what? Lance Armstrong's brand is so strong. You know what happened? All he had to do was go quiet, and then people got over it. And it's people still riding around with his Lance Armstrong, the Live Strong stuff. Man, matter of fact, I put on his Live Strong. I don't care. The man donated to so many good causes that I think that's what overshadowed anything. Like, I think he was prepared. He was prepared for it. So he did so many good deeds with his money and charities and with cancer survivors because of the stuff that he did with his own struggle with and he had a storyline and he connected emotionally with people, is that when they got betrayed, just imagine somebody cheated on you. So many people, I mean, they'll simp and then let that person, you cheat on me, woman, we're done. There is no, oh, I don't care. We've been married 60 years. We're done. Like that's my mindset. I already got it baked into me. Even if I get to the emotion part. Because I ain't dealt there, done that. No. Cheater once, you cheated twice. So I can understand y'all saying with the doping thing. Because that's basically cheating in another way. If some woman tells me she does quote unquote cheat meals, she's a cheater. So I don't deal with her. Okay? I don't deal with her either. So with him, he emotionally connected to people's heartstrings. So Lance Armstrong is still going out there, and he could go out there and, oh yeah, did you know that his daughter, she's a biker? Or yeah, his daughter or something like that. And she was doing really well. I think she scored a medal, if not won. Matter of fact, I think she won at the Olympics. I don't know about this last one, but I think in Rio for sure, she had won. Go look that up. And I was like, huh. They didn't say not a word. They didn't say not a negative word. They didn't mention Lance Armstrong in a negative way. I told you, it's all about their narrative of what they wanted. As soon as Justin Gatlin started getting fast enough to compete, the media then started to turn on him. Then they started to turn on him. If Usain Bolt, notice, they don't bring up Justin Gatlin with doping no more than Usain Bolt is out. Don't y'all notice that? Y'all don't know that y'all being manipulated? Y'all don't know that y'all being manipulated? They only did it with Usain Bolt there so they can have a us versus them narrative, clean versus unclean. Now they don't bring it up at all. Like, this is how the media manipulates our minds, and we eat it up hook, line, and sinker every single time. So, by the way, any potential athletes out there or coaches, and you want to be able to enhance your own stuff because of all the knowledge that I know, I work with you. I'm already working with a couple of athletes now. Now, somebody asked me if I'm going to be an agent or I am an agent. At this current moment, I'm not. But I think I am working toward that. So if you want to work with me, we talk about our deals, just email me. The email is in the description where the PayPal, like you see the PayPal where it says donate, that's the exact same email that Yahoo address. And you could contact me. We could work together. Because look, I might point out the stuff here, but I'm going to give you some ideas that you could use for yourself, that you can pump yourself up and everything like that. Look, you could be under my management and everything like that, and we could talk and discuss how those things go. Because people eat these things up hook, line, and sinker. And at the end of the day, I guarantee you, they said, to be fair, anyone who thought Armstrong was not on stuff is delusional. People need to stop deceiving themselves. Athletes should be able, Francois said. South Korea said, not all athletes use substances to recover. Some use techniques like ice baths and massages. Yeah, you know what? That's what I said. I got so much money. I told my buddy I should just start using ice baths and massages. I did an ice bath once. I was like, wow, I can actually run again, like faster. And I'm like, oh, shoot. Why don't I just do that? Why haven't I done this over the years to run faster? And then it doesn't even cost that much to have a masseuse. Matter of fact, guys, if y'all get enough money, you can hire a house cleaner, a housekeeper for very cheap. You can get a masseuse for very cheap every month. And you can get somebody to be a virtual assistant for you. Like for myself, I have somebody that is now my virtual assistant, very cheap. And now that's allowed me to organize this. Now that I put this YouTube and I'm coming up with concepts and stuff, I really do need to do that. And I'm like, oh, wow, I could do this. Now I can do my 10 spinoffs from this one channel, and I can have all of those together. So, yeah. But, yeah, so with that being said, I think we covered everything today. Thank y'all for coming out. I mean, unless y'all got something else to talk about here, I think we wrapped up with 94 minutes. This is a shorter one. They said Justin is still the face of doping. We don't forget. Plus, he is with a coach that lacks credibility, Marquis said. I think I'm talking about the media, though. They don't bring it up. Like, at the end of the day, somebody served their time. I'm going to have to just get over it. I'm not personally in a relationship with this person. I'll put it this way. Let me put it this way. Before y'all go, let me put it this way. All right? Let me put up here. Actually, I'll leave this on the screen. So, I'll put it this way. Or maybe I can put something that moves on the screen. Like these the cryptos that go in the background. I'm not talking about crypto right now. Not today. I'm more so trading, so I don't want to talk about that now. No, I'm not even going to put that on the screen. I wanted something to move in the background, but It's fine. This is a podcast type of thing. Sorry I'm late, but still learning. John Lasker said, yeah, once I end this, go back to the beginning, and then you can play this on 2x speed and whatnot. Gatlin was not good for the sport. Kara Britton said, great program. Keep up the great work. Malachi's Adventure said. And then South Croy said, please hit the like button. Okay, look. Where was that comment? I just got off, his credibility. Did you know, and I used to work with these people. Okay, I used to work with these people, and I always found it strange. There's a term for this. Did y'all know, have you ever noticed where a company will go out of business, they hired a CEO, and then like a couple months later, it seemed like the company went out of business, and then like the shareholders like made off. It's like a golden parachute. Okay, there's a term for that, and I'm trying to remember what the term is, but for lack of the better term, he's a CEO for hire. That's what the term is. That's what the gentleman told me. He said, I'm a CEO for hire. All of the companies this man worked with, and I cannot give away because of the agreement I had. It's expired, but I'm still not going to do that out of integrity reasons. You get companies that know they're going to go under. They just need a new face to go on for a company for a couple of months just to keep the stock price up or whatever it is for the shareholders so they can slowly pull out. The media is going to push that the company's doing good because obviously when you look at CNN Fast Money or Hard Money, whatever that thing is, Fox Business, when you see a business owner, with the exception of Elon Musk, I think almost every time he's been on there because he doesn't really do that, but I think he might have paid him once or twice. Those people be paying like $45,000, $100,000, or tens of thousands of dollars to sit there and basically get interviewed about their company. So of course they're going to say good stuff. They're not going to ask them hard questions. Somebody come on my program, I'm going to ask them a hard question. That's why they would probably never come on my program. Unless they just be like, look, I'm going to deal with the hard question. And then they answer the hard question. I'm going to be good to them. I'm not going to clown them. I know I don't do that. But I might ask him a hard question. Hey, Richardson, did you really think he was going to win? And you came out and did you just do a publicity stunt or what? Like, that's a hard question I'm going to ask her. If she ever gets interviewed by me, I'm going to ask that. I don't care if it's 5 years in the future, 20 years in the future, or tomorrow. I'm going to ask her the question about Prefontaine and say, did you do a publicity stunt? Or was it like that? That is the question I'm going to have loaded up. So they're going to know that they're going to get asked hard questions if they do something ridiculous. But I think that you guys got to remember that people don't lose integrity. They hired CEOs so that they can pump up the good image of it. And it's funny because this CEO goes from company to company, and there's multiple people that do it. Think what happened. I think this almost happened with Pepsi at one point. But you take a failed CEO, and I used to always wonder, don't they know this person be crashing a business? He's not good with business. Well, if you think Justin Gatlin is hurt the sport or he lacks integrity, think about those CEOs. It hasn't hurt them at all because when that new CEO is there, stock price goes up. The perception of the public goes up. Then they can start pumping up the price. The shareholders could get out good, and then the price dumps. And then the CEO goes to the next company. He's got his golden parachute. He gets paid his money that he's supposed to. Then he goes there. And now, let me see. Since we're in overtime, they said, Fireheart said, now we're off topic. Fireheart said, also Richardson talked about getting the world record. Wait a minute. In Brussels press conference is what I heard. The press conference hasn't been posted in the Diamond League channel yet. Some channels have it. That's very interesting. She is a good talent. Just needs to get out of her own way. Okay, Fireheart. Okay. Melvin said, what's my favorite athlete right now? Melvin, come out on Friday. I'll talk about that on Athletics and Chill. On Friday, we're having Athletics and Chill. Don't forget to come out. It's either 3 p.m. Central USA, Mexico, North America time, South America time, or it's going to be 6 p.m. It's one of those two. I did 6 p.m. the last time. We only had a handful of people come out. I might do it a little bit early, but I'm trying to, get people here. But Athletics and Chill, we're going to do our raffle, right? We're going to do our raffle where we announce our people. And we're going to do the raffle. I think I'm giving away like $100 to whoever the winner is. And then we're going to do a call-in broadcast. Everybody can talk about their favorite athlete. I'm going to let you do that. Now, if you start trash talking a little bit too much, now we could do some friendly trash talk, right? You be like, yeah, Richardson about to lose and stuff. Now, don't start, going too hard, right? And you could say Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she gonna lose the next time she comes out because Elaine Thompson-Herah gonna kick her butt. Okay, cool, whatever. Like, hey, fair. But we mainly gonna focus on the who's our favorite athlete, not the trash talking stuff, okay? And we're gonna call in on Zoom, and I want you guys to call in. Like, I would like some participation for you guys. So make sure you have Zoom downloaded. I'm going to drop the link in. People could come in. This is going to be a chill thing. We're going to talk about just who our favorite athletes are. But they said add Noah Williams for the list of athletics and chill, and Tia Jones. I think, you know what? They are kind of talked about, but yeah, I can do that. But yeah, so Fireheart, let me get back to you real quick before we go. She did not talk about. Okay, so she talked about getting the world record. Yeah, I actually recorded that earlier because it was in. I didn't see the recording at the time, and then now they posted it up online. But I had recorded it, and I decided not to post it, just like the last time, because I'm gonna get too many Shakira Richardson love to hate on her thing, and I don't want my channel to be full of those people on here. I noticed it. I got like 300 people subscribed just because of the video I put up, and then it's hurting my other videos. I don't want that to happen because I'm trying to cover a whole host of athletes, and if this becomes centric between Shakira Richardson, I don't even know if I can force people to unsubscribe, but it's still, unless I call them names directly, and I don't want to start doing that because they might stay subscribed and just start arguing back. Like, that's not gonna help. And then maybe I'll get more subscribers because I'm calling people names. So I mean, I've already done that anyway. But she did say that they said, all right, I mean, let's see if the anger translates to the track. The 200 is her harder event. She said eventually she'll get the world record. Oh no, she said when I saw the translation and I saw the understanding of it, she said she'd love to break 22 seconds in it, and she implied that the other women, she already admitted somebody else is going to get the world record before she will, and then she would love to bring it back to the United States. That's what she said. So that means she already has a confidence that Mboma, Marileidy, Elaine Thompson-Herah, or somebody else is going to get the world record. Now, she might not have been talking about just the 200. She might have been referring to the 100. But she said she would love, she would love to see basically FloJo's record taken down because, like, it's been a dream of hers to get the world record too, and that she wants to bring it back to the United States. So that means she already knows it's just a pip away from Elaine Thompson-Herah to get the world record in the 100. I mean, she's right there. So all she got to do is have a better start. Like Elaine Thompson-Herah got a better start, like a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce start, because that happens with her every once in a while. She get a glimmer. But that's crazy. They said, Track Highlights said, you would think Sha'carri would have already broken well below 22 the world record, or 22 in the 200. Yeah. Well, think about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She's the same height as Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, although they don't run similar at all. But think about, okay, if she got better closing speed, she balances out to Fraser-Pryce at this point. Fraser-Pryce gets a better start. She got better closing speed with a worse start. So if they balance out, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce didn't break 22 seconds until this year. But in the years past, and I'm actually glad, I'm going to talk about this on another video, that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is probably done the best decision of her life to change coaches. For whatever reason it was, whether it was because Elaine Thompson-Herah was beating her in practice, some other things happened within the Nike camp, or, oh my goodness, Trike camp, and everything like that. Me, I'm looking at her. She's now running new PR. She said she wanted to run 10.6. Back in 2019, she said that was the year she wanted to run 10.6. She said it was her goal for years to do 10.6. Elaine Thompson-Herah's goal for years was to do 10.5, so we could see where their mindset was. But she wanted to do 10.6. She finally got 10.6 this year. If she leaned at the line, she would have been a 10.5 runner. Unfortunately, she didn't. So, yeah. She's got new life, and she's hinting that she's going to potentially stay to Paris 2024. Now, she's going to be a lot older at that time. Let me look here. And she's going to be 37. So she could still compete, but I don't think she's going to get faster. But apparently she is getting faster as she's getting older. So I don't know. Leave that as you will, you know. And then they said, where's the press conference? Caribbean track. You know what? I'm going to post it in the Discord. Because I forgot his exact YouTube channel name. But he had posted it up. I didn't watch it when he posted it up because I went to this live stream. But he had posted up the Diamond League thing. They said, the Francois said, still don't know why Shelly didn't lean. Yeah, I don't know. Shelly-Ann does this when she is just running. She doesn't lean when she wants to make a statement. She don't lean. When she trying to go for like a time, and that's usually at the championships, she leans there. I think she was literally trying to break 10-7 in Doha, so she leaned through the line. But in this one, she wanted to make a statement, so she ran through the line. Same thing when she ran the 1063, she didn't lean. She ran through the line. That means she actually has something faster in her legs. And she usually, when she does that, she makes a statement. She got something faster in her legs. So that means Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce right now is probably a 10-5 mid runner. A 10-5 mid runner. Obviously with a tailwind. Whereas Elaine Thompson-Herah is with a little bit less of a tailwind. She could be a 10-5 high, 10-5 mid, and everything like that herself. So the pocket rocket is slightly under 5 feet 1 inch. Audrey Davis said sha'carri is not formed. She will run 22.7. I said 23 something. No, I said 26.5. I was joking, but I said 26.5. It'd be crazy if she does run 26.5. Because if she does exactly that time or slower, I'm gonna be like, I'm Nostradamus, even if it was a joke. Deleilah, they said still don't know. Oh yeah, I already read that. The wind is never on her side. Deleilah said sha'carri, according to the internet, is 155 centimeters. Shelly is 152. Oh, interesting. T-Rex said incredible since pocket rocket is 34. Yeah. Yes, Shelly hinted her target is 1058. Man, if she would have leaned, she would have at least had a 1059. Man, come on. That was crazy. Fireheart says Shelly-Ann almost changed to Walcott in 2016. She planned to. Oh, really? The word is Trikey sent her back. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah. So the big N, Trikey, they the ones that they actually, when she first changed coaches, this actually happened in 2019 too. She actually had changed coaches. She had left the camp. She had already been training. I think she had violated some agreement. But this is at least what I have seen too. She had already started training with her current coach now. And then Trikey was like, They went, no, you go back. And so she went back, and I think she finished out the season or something like that with Coach Francis. But she did not want to be there. Like, she's been wanting to leave a long while ago. And I understand. I got one athlete. Like, look, I could probably get you to one area, but every coach is not good for every person, everybody. You know, every body is different. Like, every physical body is different. So maybe, just maybe, and we can see, has she been transferred earlier? I mean, Coach Francis got her with the rocket start. If he's been with her since high school, obviously that's already built into her. She knows what she's doing. She's having less of a rocket start now. If she sacrificed her consistent rocket start with a less consistent one, but she's running 10.6, I'll take it. I will take it, because that means she knows how to continue her speed at the tail end of a race. And she can go into the upper 21s. Okay, cool. If she can get that down pat, then she's good. Just imagine, has she done this in 2016 or before? Wow. Like, this stuff right now, the whole game would have changed. Who knows? Because Elaine Thompson-Herah was already getting injured. Remember? So she wouldn't even been on the radar. She wasn't consistent. That means we would have had a 10.6 runner already. Probably 10.5 at this point. Would have been 10.5 something already. Probably 10.5.8, 10.5.6. And who knows? Would she have, being younger? Because, look, we got to be honest here. Older age is harder for you to run as fast, especially in the 100. That's speed. So we don't know what's going to happen to her next year or in a couple of years. Will she be able to maintain this? But one thing I do know, the faster she runs now, when she starts to slow down, her slowdown is not going to be as bad as if her top end speed wasn't there, if you get what I'm saying. Like, Justin Gatlin came back after his ban. I am convinced he would have ran a 9.6 mid to 9.6 low had he been in his prime and still been training as hard and he didn't get banned. That is what I'm convinced of. Because if he ran as fast as he did without and he was in an older age and then he wasn't really speeding up and things like that, okay, I can already see that Gatlin, he had a phenomenal ability. Now, a lot of you going to say that's because it was enhanced by performance enhancers. I just follow my point here. Track Highlight said, I have a crush on a few female athletes right now. Dina ahser-smith being one of them. Elaine Thompson will take the 100 world record. 10:46 Ferdinand said, love Miss Dina. I thought she would have run 10:7 this year. Fireheart. Man, the timers troll her real hard at that one meet at the British Championships or something. They trolled the mess out of her. I'm like, man. But anyway, guys, they said also I heard Shanae may do the pentathlon indoors next year. Oh my goodness, that would be interesting. I gotta look that up. Let me confirm that. If you got the link to it, drop that in the comment section after the video is over. Guys, I think I'm going to be out of here. Let me read these here. Yeah, that's there. I think I got to the end. Somebody asked me, they said, you did 16 hours of streaming? I was like, yeah. When I got people that have paid me $5,000 for my crypto group and stuff, I'm going to focus on them. Now, obviously, if I'm getting more super chats than these, I stay on a little bit longer. Obviously, because that's beyond like Google ads and whatever that is. That keeps me on longer. But yeah, somebody was like 16 hours. I'm like, look, I'm not even going to tell you the people there. But those are my clients that were already there, the students that were already there that I had worked with. And I'm like, yeah, technically my trading could make me more in that 16 hours in that, but I mean, who wouldn't like to? I can still trade in the background. Matter of fact, I've been trading now. So I can trade now and talk to you guys while at the same time as being focused on talking about track. So that's the thing. That's why I said I enjoy what I do, and I appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate you guys giving me a platform to share this. Hopefully it grows large once we get to 10,000 and we get more Patreon people. I am going to start having us do those animated track and field videos. Yeah, technically I could pay for it myself now, but I would like it to be more of a teamwork effort that's on there instead of just me there, because then I know that if people are putting their, I guess, sweat equity, aka your money, into it, then of course you support it more than just pressing a like button and everything. Yes, like button does help. If you can't do it anyway, the like button doesn't help. They said, I heard it was a heptathlon that Shanae Miller-Weibo wanted to do. I'm going to look at that. Yes, Tyson still holds U.S. record. Yep, Giddy Goose James said. BBC interview. Okay. What about Tyson Gay? Dude still holds the USA 100 record? Yeah. T-Rex said, yeah, I would say Tyson Gay, had he not gotten, I mean, he was running so fast, wait a minute, what's happening? Are you guys hearing me? Oh, yeah, it's here. They said the 4 girls from Jamaica who broke the world junior record are to be watched. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So, yeah, once we start building up some things here, yeah. So, here's the last thing. This is the last overtime, and then I'm out. Because I know you guys are long. It's almost 2 hours. Here we go. This is what I can do in the background. And I got this up in the background on the screen because I'm using multiple screens here. So I got the monitor here. I got 4 phones. So I can have my crypto assets and stuff going up. And I can still trade and make my money. And then still do this. So I do really appreciate that. Because I can do this in the background. So, hey, you know, making a few $1,000 maybe while I'm talking to you guys. And if you guys support the channel, that's even better. Because then that helps with that even more. But because sometimes I can't even trade. Because it's just too much going on. Too much going on to trade. But in this case, I can trade. So I do appreciate it. Track Highlight said, can I be a mod? Right now, We are working with, you could probably be an unpaid mod, but I'm working with a couple of moderators now. There are going to be 2, I think, that are paid. If you want to be a mod, it may not be a paid mod because it's only a certain amount. And then I got to walk you through some stuff. So can you shoot me an email first, actually? It's HeadAndShouldersATR at yahoo.com. And then tell me who you are in the subject matter of that. And then talk about how you want it to be a mod. Because I already have the people that's going to be the paid mods. And I'm talking with them now a little bit slow. That's why I said I had to hire a personal assistant. Because I'm starting to get so behind on stuff. Especially with this YouTube channel. This is taking up more time than I thought. It's fun for now. But yeah. Let me see. Shelly should run till she slows down. I think she could run fast beyond 2022. Imagine if she could carry this till Paris. No, she hasn't. She targeted 10:58 before 10:6. Then after the 10:6, she said she still hasn't run her best race yet, and she thinks she has more in store. Oh yeah, hit the like button before you guys go. I would appreciate all of that. And yeah, thank you guys for coming out. And that's about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, visit the Patreon. Oh, and thank you all for the people that contributed to Camellia. Thank you for your PayPal donation. You've been hitting me for every single one of these. So definitely a big shout out, big up to you for the PayPal donation. They said, man, I want to, come on now. That's different. And then thank you all for the Cash App that have, Mr. Murphy. Thank you for that Cash App. And then thank you everybody else that's contributed there too. Some of the names I can't say because it's just not safe for this. I don't know how y'all even get around these name things using the numbers and whatnot. But thank you all for contributing here, and especially the regular people. The regular people, I kind of shout out your names a little bit more than the people that have contributed once. But if I see you 2 or 3 more times, I try to do that. But I do appreciate you guys for contributing there. They said she tweeted Paris 2024. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about that eventually. I said I know who her girlfriend is, but I won't say. I got Mboma winning too, bro. Melvin said, I'm reading the comments now, just in case somebody clips this out later. I'm reading comments. But yep, anyway, I will 10th or more in there. Dennis Robinson said Shelly has another